Enchanting. It's one of the most crucial parts of Minecraft progression, being able to upgrade your gear and letting you do things you previously couldn't. But you already read the title. Today we are going to be pushing enchanting to its absolute limits. I'll have to loot the rarest structures in the game, collect stacks upon stacks of iron, and do something with armadillos and a mace. We'll get to that. But why, some of you may ask? Well, I am trying to complete this little data pack called the BlazeAndCaves. You know, the data pack that adds like 1,000 new advancements into the game. If you didn't know that I was doing this, you probably aren't subscribed to the channel yet. Unless you are, but you simply forgot. It's okay, champ. It happens to the best of us. Seriously though, we are getting very close to 400 subs, and it would mean the world to me if you help me out. Also, like the video and let me know which of these 3 tabs I should go for in the future, because to be honest, I just can't make up my mind as to which one I have to go for. But with all of that said, let's pick up where we left off. At the end of the last episode, I finally unlocked my L key. Watch the previous episodes for the whole story on that, because I'm not explaining it a third time. This meant that I finally had access to my advancements menu, and not gonna lie, I was pretty stuck on what to do next. Because this pack has a certain, let's call it an intimidation factor to it. With so many often difficult advancements to complete, it makes it hard to come up with a good game plan. So I just didn't? Instead, I put my focus on the trial chambers. Look, we'll get to the enchanting part soon, okay? This is part of the story. Because when I started recording for this video, 1.21 had only been out for a couple of weeks, and I had not set foot in a single trial chamber yet. Because I really wanted to do it for this series. Heck, this entire video was originally going to be about trial chambers. But then I had to go on a couple of holidays here and there, and plans ended up getting changed, so I'll try to keep the trial chamber part brief. I first needed an explorer map. I don't know when you're gonna give me the trial chamber explorer map. Not right now. Okay, I need to maybe do some research how to get that. After doing some research, it turns out that you have a 2 in 3 chance of getting a trial chamber map from a journeyman villager. One small problem though. Okay, nice. So both of my cartographer villagers just didn't give me the map. This meant that I had to go to a nearby village and trade with some uncured villagers. This ended up taking me 40 minutes and cost me all of my emeralds several times over. But in the end, after trading with 6 total villagers, I still got nothing. Dude! Are you kidding me? Are you actually 100% joking me? And if this guy's not giving me a map, then I'm sorry, I've tried my best. But then it's just over. I'm just gonna use my map mod. I should probably explain this. See, I use this mod called Xero's World Map. It's a very useful tool for mapping out my worlds, and I also use it for like navigational purposes and for waypoints all the time. However, it has one small problem. Let's see what happens when I try to put a waypoint at my end portal. Oh, yeah, this mod also kind of helps with speeding up the search for rare structures, and I knew that this trial chamber existed since episode 1. I was planning on using the mod to find any additional trial chambers after the first one, just to speed up the process a little bit, but since I was so fed up with my horrible map luck, I decided to just stop my search for the explorer map and find one using the mod. I have to admit, I still feel a little bit bad about doing that, but hey, I can't change it anymore now, I guess. This has to be a joke. I have to be doing something wrong, right? I have to be doing something wrong. Nope, you're just unlucky. So finally, after all this waiting, I found my very first trial chamber. Minecraft Trials Edition. Oh, hello. Oh, we're getting into this immediately. Dude, I just want to get your rods. Don't take that out of context. What if we could get the mace core from this one? How rare is it again? I'm probably not gonna get it during this recording. Yeah. Would be funny. Oh! Dude! I should speak more often. Raiding the trial chambers was honestly some of the most fun I've had with Minecraft in recent memory. It offers a good challenge and keeps gameplay quite varied, especially with trial omen enabled. My only complaint is that key drops are randomized and sometimes you can get really unlucky with them, Later in the video, I had to go back into the chambers for reasons I'll explain later, and I ended up getting only 1 or 2 keys from like an entire chamber, even though I still had 3 or 4 vaults to open. I know spawners reset after like 30 minutes or so, but that doesn't make it any less frustrating, especially since this happened multiple times. Aside from that though, they are a lot of fun to play. Cool. That was really fun. Way more fun than I anticipated, to be honest. But what do you do when you get a new toy to play with? Well, you enchant it and test it out, of course. See, I told you we were getting around to enchanting. I told you. And this is not maxed. Because we need to put wind charge 3 on it. I just had a funny idea with the way this farm is built. Just to be safe, put my chest plate back on. And yeah, I ended up grinding the trial chambers for a bit to get max wind burst on my mace as well. Alright, I just got back from a massive grind, I'd like to say. I did so much raiding of these trial chambers. I got myself a trident from it as well. At some point I just started doing regular ones as well without the bad omen because I wanted a trident and I got a trident. But I also got 4 windburst ones. Yeah, baby! We got the master macerator. Yeah, look at that. Master macerator. So now if we hit something, we get boosted upwards, I think. Whoa! That is so high. Keep this line in mind. This is what we call foreshadowing. What if what is in the enchanting tab that I can't do? And as it turns out, not much. Yes, here I finally decided to try and complete the Enchantment Tab, not only because it seemed somewhat doable, but also because it would give me a good reason to completely max out my gear. I know it's a little weird to only get to the goal of the video right now, but well, that's how it happened. I want the series to be an honest recap of my journey through this pack, even if it means that the narrative can be a bit wonky at times. I hope you can all appreciate this and understand. Thank you. That one's gonna be difficult. Technically possible though. Me when I come up with a plan for this episode halfway through the episode. First things first, I wanted to max out my gear. The gear I chose to go after first was a hoe, a bow, a fishing rod, a crossbow, and a trident. Of course, when I stop recording this happens. Enchant 250 items. Give me 20 blocks. Oh, that's really good actually. I just had to mine for some new lapis, but now I just got so much of it. 3 at once. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're rolling in it now, dude. These were all pretty easy advancements to cross off. Just like the ones I did once I came back from the farm. This line sucks. Just like the ones I did once I came back home from the farm. Nailed it. Alright, let's do the stupidest thing this datapack wants me to do. Yeah. I got a fence post. These are weird advancements as well. They're not that difficult though. Yeah. Cool. Cool, I guess. Okay, well, I am going to go and get the other armor books now, I think. This one, however, would prove to be a bit trickier. The Master Armorer advancement requires you to max out every piece of armor, and currently, only my helmet is maxed out. I will need to get Soul Speed for my boots, Swift Snake for my leggings, and Thorns for my chestplate, for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure Thorns is not chestplate exclusive, but oh well. I decided to go for Soul Speed first, because it would be relatively easy to get. My plan was to raid a bastion for gold. Not very groundbreaking plan, I know. Oh jeez. Oh, yes, I am so good at this game, dude. Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. I got some netherite. I actually got enough to make a first netherite thing. That's really cool. But I also need to get soul speed. But I don't want to do that in the bastion. So instead, we're just gonna be trying to lure some of them here. And I actually ended up getting quite lucky with the trades here. Yeah, baby. We already got it. So, you know what time it is now. Time for us to venture into the abyss. Look, maybe it's because I just looted a lot of high action trial chambers, but the ancient city by comparison is, I don't know, a bit lame? It's very slow paced, which does make a first ever raid agonizingly scary, but now that I've done it a few times, it just makes me a little bit bored, to be honest. Setting off a shrieker will never not be scary though. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Oh, this sucks because I can't... I mean, I can pillar up, I guess. We'll try pillaring up, because I can't use the ladders. I mean, these are not bad hoes, you know? I mean, I don't need them, because I just made a maxed hoe literally a few hours earlier, but... we're just gonna book it. I think we're still good. Plus, I got Swift Sneak 3. I need to go back now, right? I think we can all agree on that. I think we can all agree on that fact. Honestly, I am good just leaving the ancient cities in general for now, because this is both very boring and stressful at the same time somehow. I don't know how they do it. Mojang, you've outdone yourself again. You've made me feel emotions that I did not know I could feel. Once again, a very lucky pull from me, which makes me wonder, is my luck ever going to run out? This is foreshadowing again, by the way. Now all that was left to do was to grind for Thorns 3 and boom, advancement complete. Yeah. Okay, I was right. Let's see. I was right, I needed Thorns for the last bit. Which means that we have basically maxed out everything the game wants us to max out now. I mean, I want to have another trident and another crossbow, obviously. That will be a task for later, as I first spent a solid 30 minutes trying to complete the overkill advancement. I tried using potions, I put sharpness 5 on my axe, I even upgraded my axe to netherite, but nothing worked. And after consulting many Minecraft damage calculators, it turned out that I needed to get smite 5 on an axe and crit a zombie with it while having strength 2. I did not have smite 5 on hand, so that will be something for the future. So we learned something new today. We learned that I'm very stupid. So it was time to gather some items for a second big enchanting session. I wanted to get smite 5 on my axe, of course, and I also wanted to get a second crossbow and a second trident for the exclusive enchantments on them. And oh boy, that trident turned out to be one of the worst things to get, maybe ever, in like the history of humanity. I wanted to get one from a drowned instead from a trial chamber, which was a very big mistake. And I ended up spending just so many hours flying around oceans trying to get one. That was bad enough already, but what made it worse is that my PC, for whatever reason, just started lagging immensely. Look, my PC is kinda horrible, so that's probably why. Here are my specs, by the way. Someone in the comments was asking that. And no, I can't afford anything better at the moment, before you ask. So yeah, all of this immensely frustrated me. Why do I always get the worst luck? And then earlier in this episode as well with the maps. Am I cursed? Is this world cursed? I'm usually so lucky in this game. I don't know. I feel like I'm having a breakdown over this. I ended up killing 306 drowned in total, which averages out to about 20 drowned with tridents. Since tridents have an 8.5% chance of dropping, I should on average have gotten 1.7 tridents. I got 0, by the way. But I shouldn't be too mad, since the first trident drowned I killed the next day immediately dropped one. I finally got it. I guess. You literally need to have the exact enchantments on it, because else it doesn't count. And at least it gave me another trident. I mean, I don't need it. Already I already have the 2 tridents I need. I guess if you're playing this mod pack on yourself, do this first. You get a free trident from it. Don't be like me. Now it was time to cross off some more miscellaneous advancements. Okay, here we go. Because I needed to do this for some reason. And now I need to die. Youch! Okay, let's go. Hell yeah. And I even got overkill to work finally. Okay. Yes! Yes, dude! Ha 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 ha! That is what I've been wanting for so long. I got the One Punch Man's fist. Thank you, Minecraft damage calculators. I also bred up some more villagers in the background so I could get Frostwalker, which apparently is a treasure enchantment, meaning you cannot get it from an enchanting table. I could have sworn it wasn't, but oh well, it's not too difficult to get. And with all that out of the way, only 5 more advancements were left. 2 of them were quite easy, being the vanilla advancement Arbalistic, which is really easy to set up, and the Master Enchanter advancement, which requires you to have obtained every enchantment at max level. And with the power of deduction, I figured out I just needed to get a projectile protection 4 book. Easy. Another 2 of these advancements are mainly time-based, being the vanilla advancement very frightening, which will require me to wait for thunder, which is pretty horrible, and I'm not looking forward to all the other thunder-related advancements in the future. And the other one is the Baron of Blacksmiths advancement, requiring me to collect a stack of every anvil type. But I mean, I have an iron farm, so that won't be too bad. Both of these advancements are doable as long as I give them some time, but there's only one truly challenging advancement that remains. The Whack-A-Mole advancement. Who thought this was a good idea? Now look, at first glance, this advancement could be worse. All I have to do is hit 8 armadillos consecutively with Windburst. However, I kinda wanna get this first try because I don't wanna continuously breed up armadillos. So I went into a test world to figure out a consistent setup, and I did. The only problem is that this setup uses Windburst 1, because Windburst 3, as we know, is so ridiculously powerful that finding any good setup with it is way more difficult. I probably could have adapted my current setup to work with Windburst 3, but that would have required a lot more careful moving of armadillos, which I don't particularly fancy doing. In other words, I now had to get another mace with Windburst 1 on it. But first it was time to clean up my area for a bit. I mainly wanted to get rid of all the now empty villager houses, as well as make a place for me to store all my items, because all of these double chests were getting really messy. The result was a house that I've not finished yet. It doesn't have a roof, but I probably will finish it in future episodes. My main goal in this series is not to make like a beautiful base, but sometimes it's just fun to build something, and it was nice to make my area look a bit better. In the future, I'll also probably make the village area look a bit better, and maybe some other things as well, we'll see. With that done, however, it was time to tick off some advancements. I was gonna set up Arbalistic first, but while I was doing so, this happened. I didn't have my mic on at the time because I was away from home and playing on my laptop, but what went through my head was basically this. Oh my god, please don't stop thundering, please. And luckily for me, I got it. I also got a zombie head from a charged creeper, which exploded me in the process, giving me another advancement, which is funny. And this also made me realize that I should probably make a list of all thunder-related advancements somewhere, just in case it will thunder again in the future. Also, I did Arbalistic. Like I said, it's so easy. I also got the Master Enchanter advancement, which was also extremely easy. And I made sure to AFK at my iron farm whenever I was not at my computer, which led me to completing the Baron of Blacksmith advancements as well. Fun fact about this one, I thought you needed to have all 3 stacks of anvils in your inventory at once, but this is not the case, meaning that I got triple the amount of iron I actually needed. Oh well, I'll probably need it for beacons in the future anyway. And with all of that, 53 out of the 54 advancements were now completed. Only 1 remained, for which I ended up having to raid trial chambers for roughly 6 more hours or so. This is also where my key complaint from earlier in the video comes from. In total, I ended up opening roughly 100 vaults, and I got 5 more heavy cores, bringing my total up to 6, which is mostly in line with the drop rates. And at the very end, I also got 1 more Windburst book, bringing my total to 5. Also in line with the drop rates, but I got all my other books in the first 40 vaults or so. Nice! However, despite the pain, despite the grind, despite the fact that I bred up so many armadillos, I didn't even mention that yet, and despite the fact that I also had to set up all 8 armadillos in the right place, I could now try and attempt the grindiest challenge of the entire tab.
Here we go, I guess. I used my axe.
Oh. Let's do it for real this time.
Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness. Okay, let's quickly go to bed. Yes, dude.
I learned a lot about this pack in this video. I learned that, despite what I initially thought, this pack does not get easier after a while. Every tab is going to have big grinds, require a lot of luck, and most likely a combination of the two. It will force you to go to the farthest corners in this game, and as it turns out, some of these corners are very, very far away. This is even one of the easier tabs, and it was still very difficult to complete. But I also learned that I actually can complete a tab if I set my mind to it. I kinda glossed over it, but at the start of this video I was genuinely quite demotivated and scared to play this data pack, since there are so many difficult challenges to complete. But if I give myself a good, clear goal, I can make progress. And knowing that makes me so excited to continue playing this data pack, and I hope to see you along for the journey. My script just says, please subscribe in all caps, but I forgot to capitalize the E. You should still do it though. But this journey did not feel complete yet. There was still one loose end that needed to be tied. And I think you know what it is. And of course I got it on the first try, are you kidding me?